Guys, welcome back again to my channel. This is a video where P2B came out to shake the table and unsettle our government. This video, you will hear everything that is happening in our country and why our country is not moving forward. So he tried to come out and say that, and there was a video that went viral where he said that it's better we change this night vigils we have in our country to night shift. And I think I can tell you why he said that. Because if you go to the church now, most Christians are poor. Why? Is not because God have left them. It's simply because they don't have handwork they are doing, or maybe they have business, but they don't pay attention to that business. They spend time in church more than in business. Like they stay in church Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, morning till night, and they don't have time for their business. Because even the Bible says that God will bless the work of your hands. That means you must be doing something before God can bless you. But we're in a case where most Christians spend time in church hoping for miracles to happen. Miracle that can happen is God blessing what you're doing, and if you're not taking it serious, there's no way God will bless and uplift you. So I think that was what Peter was trying to say before everybody started dragging him. That why would he say that? Like he said, he is a Christian and he too go to church, but there are time for everything. Even the Bible said there are time for everything. So we should know how to make it about time. Like he said, it's better we learn to make it about time than spend it in church. God doesn't perform miracle to a lazy man. He does miracle to someone that has something doing and is consistent in his work. But I think I'd like you guys to hear every other thing he said about this country, Nigeria, and those that voted him. Like he always say, no man buys bread cheaper, no human buys bread cheaper. Everybody is facing the hunger and hardship. So unity, and let's work together to fix our country. That was what he's trying to say in this interview. But I think I'd like you guys to just hear it, and I'll be with you guys shortly.
Let's deal with our problem. Our problem is not this. That's the entertainment. Our problem is that, okay, say today that bread is 1,500, people know 2,000, but that if a male is 500, so many women will be male and buy the bread. So let's deal with our problem. Our problem is that we need to educate people. We need to put people out of poverty. We need to invest in the critical things that make society grow. Measurable things. That's why I said in my independence that countries who got independence before and after us, or around the same time, have done better. And people say, oh, which countries? There's so many of them. You know, there's people you can say, okay, countries like Philippines or Indonesia or this got it in 1940 something, you know, and we got it in 1960. There's not much difference between 15 years. We have countries like Malaysia and Ghana who got it. Malaysia was 1957. In 1957, today the measure of development is HDI, Human Development Index, and they have low, medium, high, and very high. Malaysia is already high and entering very high, and these are people who are low with us. So don't tell me this. And so are Philippines, so are other countries are moving. That is what you need to measure yourself. It's not to be giving an excuse and be confusing the whole thing by calling a large comedian. We're not in a comedy business. It's a reality. There's measurable contest. Then if you want to laugh, I put on a large and you see women, or put the China and this and watch where he's committing suicide with this woman. That is his business. That is for entertainment. We must separate it. You know, and that's why I said we must go to church. But you don't wake up on a Monday morning and go to church. No, it is time for production. You don't wake up on Monday morning and put a Nollywood film. No, it is after work. Production. Then you can add.
Sorry, before I continue. So, sir, please, what will you consider as the long-term goals for the nation, like immediate long-term goals in terms of policies? Well, long-term, emphasis on long-term.
The most critical thing today in Nigeria is to secure the country. People feel insecure. And the only way to bring it is actual and physical. Sorry, perception-wise. So you must tackle insecurity. People need to be secured, and they have to have that sense of perception that they are secure here. You know, let me tell you a difference between what I'm saying. In New York, there's actually a lot of crime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot.
As much as it is in Lagos, for example. The difference is that if you go to New York today and say, I'm shot, within 10 minutes, you see police everywhere. Mm. Even if I slap you in New York, you see police everywhere. Mm-hmm. Here now, I can slap you. Mm-hmm. Police will even come and say, this woman, is a useless woman. No. If you listen and give them money, and they help me to slap you for that. In fact, they will arrest you and put you in jail for trying to dupe me. Said the big man said you can't do it anywhere in the world. Yeah. So there's a sense of security, and there's actual security because people are. Yeah. That's what you need. We need to bring law and order. These are long-hanging fruits because it's a very easy thing. These are what you call intangible assets, law and order. And that is that I can't go out there and do whatever I like. He will take me to court. We have a contract. And has defaulted in the contract. He has supplied something to government. Government is owing him. He goes to court. He has done anything. He has put this, he has gone to use his bank, POS, anything, and it's not what he took the bank to. So there's a law and order. These things has to be there. That's something. Then you need to invest in educating your people. People must have a sense of health care. You know, they have to have faith in governance and everything. The judiciary, and we're doing this. There's so many things you can do. Nobody says things can change overnight. It's never happened everywhere. Never. The people are not expecting 100% results. They're expecting 100% effort. So you must get up in the morning and say, where are we going today? Even if they want to see us moving in the right direction. They didn't say we will get there tomorrow. But a leader must be able to say, this is where I stand. This is what I'm doing. Not that you're preaching something else and doing something else. Whatever you're preaching, you must be seen and actually to be doing the same. I can't just come here and talk and then at night you hear, oh, I was in that nightclub. And I challenge people, if anybody will ever say that in the past 20, let me just be conservative, 20 years since Chinedu left school in 2004. He left in 2004. Yes. That he has seen me in any nightclub in this Lagos. Let him come and say it. Anywhere in the world.
Wow.
I've been to night parties, anything, but night parties where I just greeted people and went, or there's a function, greeted people and left for business reasons or for political reasons. So I have to be there. You know? But you cannot say, oh, but he was here doing all this. I think this is young people and the follies of the youth. And that's it.
There's a question I want to ask you. Sorry, isn't it quick? There are two questions actually. The obedient movement, then Kagame, and then also I'll come back to Bobrisky and Very Dark Man, our wonderful brother. Is the obedient movement different from Labour Party, or is like a horse and carriage, they go together?
Well, they are different. Obedient movement cuts across all Nigerians and party people, and people who don't even have anything to do with party.
Okay.
What we had talked about the obedient movement is that where we are, what we're doing is wrong. We want to change it. And it's just like Pastor Thomas said, the new tribe. We want these people to believe there's something different.
Yes.
It's like I go around preaching to people and saying, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to do it. Like I told you earlier,
Yes.
said, if I succeeded, I will be doing the same prayers I did in Anambra State for 8 years. God, do not allow me to fail these people. I would rather you take me, my life, than fail them. Because they invested their hope in me. So those things that I tell them, please let me do it. And I'm happy that my chaplain is now a bishop, and he tells people that this man is in the chapel every morning, even before he arrives, praying. Because my prayers is simple. God, even while I was campaigning, even while I was doing this, it's same thing. God, let me not be part of what is wrong. Same thing every day as a human being. I don't want to get up in the morning and they see where, sorry to use that extreme word, where they rape a woman.
Yes.
Or where they did something and this, and they find me there. No, I don't want to be part of it. You know? You introduce her as Gen Z. I see her as a daughter and I love her. So if anything I can do to help her, I will do it to help her, but not to exploit her. She has people of her age that can go out with, not me. I've passed that stage. I'm very sorry to say that, but that is me. But if it's help, be rest assured I will do it. But I will not help her to exploit her.
To sleep with her.
Because there's people who are her age and her time. We even will have time for her. Where will I have time? The only remaining in my body now is hatred. There's no more love left in me. The little that is left is what I'm using to manage.
Some will say, oh, you need younger girls so that you can.
No. I won't have time to be answering, where are you? How are you? This. Because I need to read. I need to read books about Malaysia, about Indonesia. These are not what she wants to read. She wants to watch film. He has some new younger things. He wants to new music. I don't even know these musicians and everybody. And when people ask me that, you don't watch film, I say, listen, I live in Onitsha. How can I be watching film again? I live in the theater. Anything you people are acting and seeing it live in Upper Wake. I say, why am I going to be? So you must be able to offer that. There's nothing. So nobody will ever say they find something wrong. More travels with me. And I come into a place and somebody say, oh, we've paid for your hotel. And they say, no. I said, how much did you pay? Oh, the hotel is $500. And I said, what for? We're just going to sleep. We're not going there to carry anybody. We just sleep. And Okachinidu, nobody knows where I sleep. 2 days ago, somebody says, you're here. It's me telling you today that I don't have a house in Lagos. I said, I don't have. I live in a rented place. I said,
you live in a rented place?
Yes.
Why?
Why would I have a house everywhere?
Hey.
I mean, you
I have a house in Onitsha, built by me.
You spend time in Lagos?
No, I just come and go. My wife lives here.
In the rented house?
Yes, he lives there, but the way we operate, she's actually trying to build a house.
Okay.
You know, because what I do is that whatever I earn, based on my own style, we share. Her children take their own, I take my own. Because like I said, we have parallel lifestyle. You know, you don't want to take what maybe they will use to have their own life to go to my charity work. Do you understand? And we respect that. You know?
I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Because you spoke about your wife, so I quickly just remembered.
Love this sweet.
No, it's not even about love. When I noticed that women, or it's obvious, that during political campaigns, rallies,
Mike,
women are called upon to tie their hair scarf, sing these songs against this party. Women are at the forefront. In fact, people that are running for positions come with their wives. Sometimes their wives speak to the people, especially maybe those that have celebrity wives, even take advantage of the fact that their wives are celebrities and, put them in the forefront and they just speak. But when it comes to the actual representation,
governance,
give them a seat. Then women are looked at.
What do you mean by give them a seat?
Like the actual the act of governance itself, the numbers of women in the house. I mean, it was during your time that a woman became the first governor and the only governor that we've ever had. Women don't have that opportunity.
No, they have. Let me give you an example.
Okay.
I had more women working for me than men.
But that was you.
No, I'm saying it depends on what you see and how you want to do it. My chief of staff is a woman.
Chief of staff?
Yes. My chief of staff was a woman.
Wow.
Very tough, very strict, My chief of staff is a woman. My commissioner for education is a woman. Commissioner for planning is a woman. Commissioner for finance is a woman. Commissioner for youth and sports is a woman. I can go on and on.
Your deputy governor is a woman.
I said I can go on and on, and everything. And I worked with them.
But
head of service is a woman, and I worked on with them. And coincidentally, they were actually my seniors. So it was my chief of staff. My chief of staff was actually very firm. Reason again is that women are less corrupt. They are. I can tell you that. Women are easily pleased. Globally and even here. I see people now talk about women doing this. It depends on who they are working with. They are not as corrupt as men. And because they have families, they are more determined to see things work. My chief of staff, anything I say, he takes a note of it. And he will remind me, you said this. We have to do it. You said this and everything. So I was very close. And we worked as a team. Because again, people think, if you're a governor, you're president, you know everything. No. I said the number one job is to listen and learn. Nobody knows everything except an idiot. You must listen and learn. Because people give you ideas. You want to say, okay, what do you have to say? Okay, you have to do this and all that. And we remain like a team today. People know that when I was governor, I move around I stay in front of the car. My chief of staff is that I was carrying 3 women at the back of my car. And it's my chief of staff. And in that car, we're arguing, or we say in boss, with all the commissioners, we're arguing and saying, this will happen, that will not happen.
Inside boss.
Yes, everybody is arguing, but we're learning, we're talking, because we're a team. And I tell them, if I give you an appointment and we'll come to 3 meetings and you don't contribute, then I'll remove you, because that means you have nothing to offer. I can't stay with people who don't have an idea. Monos. I can't. You must talk. Because you're a human being. Because you have your own idea. Unless you're telling me you don't have a brain. If you have one, you must. So I like people who stay. And it has nothing to do with age. Even now that we have obedient movement, I have people who are good, people who are insane, people who are troublesome, people who are quarrel with. Even now, I just say, no, I can't. If you see me and them, if you see us have meeting now, you see people who say, hey. So when people, for example, see
Kenneth Okonkwo,
say Kenneth Okonkwo or see Aisha do something, say it's only pure you can do. No, I can tell you, she's a very brilliant mind. Yes, there were some of them, young girls like Sarah, all of them, pure, we can't allow you to do this. But do you know what made Clinton succeed? The critical minds like George Senepolis and Didi Myers, young people in their 30s, in their 20s. I want to listen to her because the idea she has, I can tell you I don't have. Because it's operating at a level I'm not operating. So what will make society for her? And I want to convince her why I'm taking that. So when I go to anywhere, I sit down. How did I change school in Anambra State? Listen to the senior prefects. I come into a school. The principal says to me, let me tell you one of the few things that happened to me. I went to a school I remember this time before I finish. I visited a school. They have as the exam hall, they have a roofing problem.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm going to fix it in January. Before they come back in January, they've given me the bill, about 8.something million naira. And I said it will be done. In January, because I do tour of communities, Asia, because I do tour of communities, I've not done that. And I went to Ihala. And there is question and answer. In Ihala local government, a young girl of JS1 raised her hand because she was tiny. I said, let's start with that. And he got up, took the microphone and said, Governor, why do you make promise you don't keep? Guess what happened? The whole place went dead. Her school principal, they all ran to stop her. So she gets jittery. So I said, don't tell me. She was correct. I didn't do what I said. I didn't do anything. I said to the teacher, I said to the Commissioner for Education, we must give this girl a check here before I leave here with apology. How we get the check, I don't want to know. I know you tell me, Memo, this. Let's go to a bank, raise a check, and apologize to this girl in front of everybody. I will do that. And we got a check, and I apologized to her. Said, I apologize sincerely, I apologize to you. It will never happen again. The same principal and teachers came, carried her head, and ran out of the hall. They couldn't tell me because I asked them, how is the school? They said, everything is okay. Because what is happening here is that everybody you meet, His Excellency, you're doing very well. Since you came, the world has changed. Even when you know nothing has changed. You know? So that girl said to me, no, I cleared all the pension in Anambra State. Everything I'm telling you, you hear me say it every day.
Yes.
Because a 80-year-old Mrs. Sindibe came to church and said I should leave the church. I should stop praying. And I said, people want to hold her. I said I should leave the church. That God will never hear my prayers. That she's being owed her pension and gratuity. I said, Mama, can I come and see you this evening? I shouldn't come to her house. I should go and pay it. I insisted. I went to her house in the evening. After seeing her, I swore anybody that owes pension and gratuity is committing a crime. You can't owe people when in their difficult life, when they have less opportunity. You cannot do that. You must pay them. So I cleared every pension and gratuity that was spending in Anambra State, 30-something billion naira, before I left. Said we cannot owe them. We were not owing. Go and ask anybody. The day I left office, I was not owing any gratuity or pension, any salary, any contractor who have delivered his goods or performed. Never. And I left there in 3 banks, 12 billion naira, $50 million. And Anambra has never paid me 1 naira or bought me a bottle of water since I left. Because I do not believe that somebody who worked for 80 years should be paid a pension when you haven't paid people who have worked for 30 years.
But there's this thing that the government does that past governors, there's this monthly
pension.
Okay, pension. But okay, apart from that one, the next question I wanted to ask, Kenneth Okonkwo say you are too soft. He came out and said, in fact, I'm not even doing a Labour Party again, and said you're too soft. Is it because, like you said, you don't want to offend anybody? You just follow peace with all men?
Well, Kenneth is my brother, as you know.
Your respected younger brother.
My younger brother, and we are quite close and everything. And stood by me. And I had always, and I believe he will stand by me in the future.
Beautiful.
And everything. You cannot be part of the process you want to change. The process of yesterday, the rascalities of yesterday cannot apply today. You cannot want to bring civility and order and be part of it. No. Because that's what you want to change.
Yes.
It's like, okay, let's break somebody's head. In my 8 years of being governor, go and ask police, army, anybody. I've never ordered that one person ever be arrested. I've never in Nigeria, as a governor. In fact, let me tell you one story. As a governor, my police people slapped a man. I stopped the car. It's on record. I stopped the car, came down, apologized to the man, and gave that man, then everybody 20,000 naira dash. The man himself will have seen me. If he sees me today, said, I should ask people to slap him.
But there was this video that I saw. This former minister of the FCT said you locked him up.
No, I wasn't.
Video.
I'm
Madam
not,
Nasiru Eru.
let me tell you.
Said that you locked
let me
him
tell
up.
you, I'm not even in. Where will I have the power to do that? I wasn't in PDP. The truth is that what happened to him actually happened to me. There was an election.
Yes.
I was not even allowed to leave my own lodge.
Yes.
Oh.
So,
And he was not allowed to leave his hotel.
so who made the order?
But it's,
Who gave
of
the order?
course, I'm not federal government. Federal government controls DSS and everything. Who say nobody should come out? They want a free and fair election.
Yes, during elections.
During elections. So anybody can say, oh, you know, people give you powers you don't have. Like people come and say, oh, you know, there's so many, oh, he raised $100 million from abroad. I wish I got $2 million from abroad. You know, so people say all sorts of things. Oh, he's worth too much money. We talk about things that are not right. All I can tell is that I have never known him, no matter the provocation, within my house and outside my house, order that somebody be beaten. Never. And it will never happen.
You have a good relationship.
Whoever wants to do that,
Yes.
it doesn't bother me because I don't believe in it. Human beings should be treated like a human being. Yes, he has right to say, I don't like you.
You offended me.
Like I said, if everybody likes me, there's a danger.
So guys, we've heard what P2B have to say on this issue of Nigeria and then over and how Nigeria is. And he gave advice, and this is what I've always been saying, that if you want to make a country great, you must be a country that produces. That means you must change a country from consumption to a country that produces. Because Nigeria right now does not produce anything. We import toothpaste, we import toothbrush, we import toothpick, we import cream, we import everything in Nigeria is imported. Nothing is being built and produced here in Nigeria. Tell me how our economy can grow. Where would that have factory? We have to export our oil to import the refined one, where we have factories here in the country to do that. That's why Madras in Nigeria are getting great. So we change to country that produces, and like he said, we have more churches in Nigeria than factories, and it's true. It's because even though that brought Christianity to Nigeria have more factories. I'm not saying you should not have trouble. At least let's learn to balance life. I think many issues having here that we hardly balance life. That's many issue we have in this country, Nigeria. We don't balance life. We see someone that is overdoing this one, and whether this part of his life is lacking or he's overdoing this one, it must be balanced. Some people you have to balance your financial life, your Christian life, your emotional life, and your physical. You have to balance everything about your life. And that's what people be trying to say. Let's produce, let's do things how it should be. And I think that is the way forward to our country. So I'd like everybody you watch the comment section. I'll meet you guys shortly. Don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned, guys.